Students, today's topic is absorption by roots. So absorption is done by roots in plants. So what is the source of water? The source of water is the soil. In between the soil particles, water along with dissolved content present. These are the soil particles I have drawn here, and this is the epidermal layer of root, that is the outermost layer, and these are called the epidermal cells. These cells provided with the hairy elongation that you are seeing here, hairy projections, these are called root hair. So the cell is also called root hair cell. This cell is specialized to absorb water. Why so? Because as there is stretching, we are seeing the cell wall and the cell membrane, the red color lining made, this is showing us the membrane. The cell membrane, as these are very thin, as well as increasing the surface area. Due to increased surface area, the more surface is come in contact with the water, soil water. Now, which process help in the absorption of water? This process is called osmosis. Osmosis, what is osmosis? Osmosis is the process of movement of solvent particles from their higher concentration to lower concentration through the semipermeable membrane. So which act as the semipermeable membrane in this case? This is the cell membrane. As well as water contained in the soil is more than the cell sap. The liquid with dissolved content in the cell is called the cell sap. In the cell sap, water molecules, number of water molecules is less than the number of water molecules present in soil water. So, water concentration is higher in the soil. From the soil, that's why the water enters through the semipermeable membrane, that means through the cell membrane. So, this process is osmosis. Then minerals, how do they enter? They are entering by the process of active transport. So what is the difference between this osmosis and active transport? Active transport means the movements of particles from lower concentration to higher concentration. What is happening here? In the soil water, minerals is present, and this mineral contained in soil water in comparison to the cell sap is of same small volume, na? That's why in comparison to the cell sap, less mineral concentration is there in the soil. So, against the concentration gradient means less concentration to higher concentration, the movements of minerals particles occur with the use of energy, because they need more energy to get entry. Through some excited place of the plasma membrane, minerals get entry by the process of active transport. Whenever the cell is absorbing water, obviously the cell content is increasing, and due to increased cell content, the cells swell up. The swelling up of the cells due to absorption of water is termed as turgidity. The cells are turgid cells. When it will lose water, anyhow, anyway, suppose we are introducing fertilizer surrounding the root of the plant. So surrounding the root, the solution becoming concentrated, more solute particles. In that case, more solvent is present in cell sap. That time, from the cell sap, the water is lost. That is also osmosis, but this is called exosmosis. And entering into the cell and mixing with the cell sap of water molecules is called endosmosis. Due to exosmosis, what will happen? The cell protoplasm will shrink. See in this diagram, if we are keeping this living cell in a solution, if the solution concentration is higher, we are dissolving salt or sugar and making a concentrated solution, and we are keeping the cell here, then the cell sap concentration is less than the outer liquid. So outer liquid contain less water molecules in comparison to the cell sap. So from the cell, water will be lost, and see there is a gap between the cell wall and cell membrane. So protoplasm is shrinking due to losing of water. This condition is called flaccidity or plasmolysis of the cells. So plasmolysis, when I am saying, I just told you the concentration of this solution is higher than the cell sap. Now one thing we are getting, that is relative concentration. Whose concentration is higher in between the cell sap or the outer Ricard solution? This relation, that is the relative concentration. On the relative concentration, the moment of the particles are depending from where to where they will move. Solute particles or the solvent particles, whoever moving, this is depending on the concentration, relative concentration. This is called tonicity. On the basis of tonicity, there are three different types of solution: hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic solution. So students, next class we will discuss all these three types of solution and how this are responsible for turgidity and flaccidity. Next day we will continue. Thank you.